Good afternoon and welcome to our second webinar of the day. Welcome to Barton Marine. Hopefully you've had a good look around our booth and join in our competition. We've got £100 to give away each day, so that's a bit of fun. And today we're going to be talking to Dave Hawkins. He's in charge of Assembly and Dispatch at Barton Marine. And if you have any questions for Dave, there's a Q&A box in the bottom of your screen, so you can click on that and share your questions, and I'll put them forward to Dave. So welcome, Dave. How are you doing today?
Yeah, great, thanks. Yeah, this is a new way to do it.
Well, in this COVID world, yeah, it's pretty good though. I'm quite enjoying the show. Yeah,
it's been great. I mean, the talks are great and there's loads of interaction, and yeah, I mean, what else can we do? So
yeah, looking good. So you're in charge of your head of Assembly and Dispatch. What does that involve, Dave?
Well, obviously we're manufacturing everything pretty much in our factory in Whitstable. So my job is to make sure that all the orders are getting assembled, and then I put on my dispatch hat, and then we get it packed and out the door to all our distributors and customers, and hopefully we get a seamless flow.
Okay, that sounds pretty full-on job. So how many orders do you get through a day, do you reckon?
Well, just recently, I mean, it's been manic. Obviously, we've had lots going on with opening up in America, so we've been very, very busy. I don't know. I mean, massive amount. I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you off the top of my head. It's been hundreds a day, hasn't it, recently? It's been mental. It has, yeah. I mean, it has been mental, but, you know, with Brexit and everything else.
That's right. It's yes, all our distributors abroad put in big orders to beat the deadline of January 1st, and of course it didn't happen then, did it? But it's been good for us because we've managed to stock them up. So good job.
Yeah, we just need a good season now.
That's it. The spring is here nearly, isn't it? And summer's coming. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So, Dave, I mean, what do you enjoy about working for Barton?
Well, I mean, the biggest plus, it's got to be 2 minutes down the road. I mean, that's got to be an absolute godsend, because having worked away a lot all my life, so that's a bonus. But you know, I've sailed since I was 7 years old. I first got on a boat, you know, started sailing, and to work in an industry, that's been a massive part of your life. You know, it's doing something that's fun and you enjoy makes life a lot easier when it comes to work, doesn't it? So, you know, you're doing something that, you know, you're interested in, which makes life a lot easier when you go to work. So, yeah, I mean, that's a big bonus, really.
Yeah. And how many years have you been with the firm now, Dave?
God, I think it's just coming up 10, actually, this year. 10 this year, I think.
Yeah, time flies, doesn't it?
It does, but it's been good. You know, it has been good.
Yeah. Now, Dave, one of the things you helped develop at work was our range of splicing tools, the baby splice and the easy splice. And tell us a bit about those.
How did they come about? Well, obviously, I mean, there were other ones on the market, but we felt that we wanted one that was lighter and more balanced and easier to use. So we developed our own, which obviously we had the easy splice to start with, which is great for doing the bigger dimension ropes, and obviously that has 2 sizes of needles for the larger sizes. But I think, you know, the baby splice came about. We were developing, I think we were doing a boat for the dinghy show a couple of years ago, and we were doing some end-to-end splices, and the baby splice was just great for doing the little 4mm lines of rope. You know, the big splicer, you didn't have a lot of wire hanging around because you're only doing short splices. So the baby splice is just great for doing those little ones in the dinghy part with the small 4mm, 3mm ropes, doing the end-to-end stuff.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, but there's a great little video you've put together for us on our site, so you can hop across to the video section on our booth, and that's you and your fast fingers.
My fat hands, yeah, my fat hands.
Slightly speeded up. Oh, you got a thumbs up on the side here from Lucy Hodges from Blind Sailing. So she says,
"Say hi, Lucy. How you doing? Good to see you."
We'll chat about that in a minute. Let's go back. What's your sailing background? When did you start and where?
Well, I first actually sailed in a lark down at Sanderton Bay when I was about 7. through a family friend of my mum's. And then my mum remarried. And my stepfather was a top sailor sailing Flying Dutchman back in the 60s at Whitstable. And I had 3 stepbrothers, and it all got a bit very competitive. And we sailed at Whitstable and, sailed dinghies and mirrors and along with everybody else and yourself. And we just sailed all the time, really. That's what we did every summer, was get on the bike down to the club, drag the mirrors out, go sailing.
And you used to sail with the late great Bob Long, who used to be production manager at Barton. So there we go. There's a lead in, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Bob was the king of light weather sailing. So if you wanted your light weather sailing, you sail with Bob, and if you want to learn how to sail fast downwind, you sail with Richard Davis. So luckily, I got to do both. So yeah, they were it was great to learn from people like that, because they are incredible sailors. Really knowledgeable and were great for passing on skills, and hence why sailing skills are so good.
Yeah, I think they were Jedi masters, weren't they? Bob
in the light stuff was definitely the Jedi.
Yeah.
Could smell his shift.
And latterly, you've been sailing with Phil Emery.
Yeah, well, he was a protege of Bob as well, wasn't he? So
yeah, he was.
So yeah, Phil the Foot. Yeah, I've been sailing with Phil a long time. We've been sailing on and off for probably 25 years now.
25, crikey. Yeah. Now, you had a major accident, didn't you, David? What happened, and what's been the result of it?
Yeah, in fact, the accident was about 13 years ago, and basically I fell in a big hole and smashed my foot up pretty badly, which after 4 or 5 years of operations led to me having an amputation. So I decided to have an elective amputation of my lower leg, which basically gave me my life back. From literally just being able to get about, I'm now back to riding my bike. I can pretty much go wherever I want to go and do what I want to do. And luckily Barton supported me through that, because I think when I came to Barton, I didn't actually have my leg. So it was through the support of Barton and through a lot of people that I am where I am.
Your progress has been just amazing, Dave. And we've been watching Billy Munger doing his children in need walk, and it's amazing what you can do with these modern prosthetics.
Oh, it's incredible. With the right mentality and energy, and yes, the equipment, it's amazing what you can do. I'm pretty lucky. I'm a below the knee amputee, so it's a lot easier. As you say, Billy, he's above the knee, so there's a lot more effort required to do what he's doing. So it's a lot harder. But yeah, the legs are great. From my first leg, it's literally, funny enough, I was just looking, it's 8 years ago, within weeks, that I had my amputation. And my first leg was, honestly, I thought, God, what have I done? It was like walking on a rock, where now with my high energy carbon foot, it's just, it's a great bit of kit. So
you got a work leg, and you've got a sailing leg and a cycling leg.
It's not so much a cycling leg, but I've definitely got a wet leg. Yeah, they got really upset with my first leg, because I only had the one. I just, from day one, I was sailing pretty much, and it went very rusty and very corroded, and they weren't very happy with me because I had to rebuild it. And they said, "What's going on?" So I said, "Well, I go sailing. That's my sport." "Oh, okay. Well, we better sort you something that doesn't rust there." So that's my sailing leg. Yeah, so I do have a leg just for getting wet.
And having this amputation in your prosthetic limb, this brought about a whole new type of sailing, didn't it?
Well, it did, yeah.
With the Paralympic squad.
Yes, it did. It opened up, massively. I've worked with blind sailing and loads of foundations as well. But yeah, one door shuts and another one opens. And I suppose the disability has got me into things that maybe I wouldn't have done. But yeah, Paralympic sailing, I got just pretty much into the development squad before it was all shut down, because obviously it's not an Olympic sport at the moment. So that door shuts, and then you jump into another one. But yeah, it was a great time. Learnt loads, as you say. Mark Rush was one of those coaches that you got involved with, so I had a few talks from Mark, and you just learn loads of more skills, which also comes into work. The coaching skills and life skills that you get through your sailing comes back into your working environment as well.
Yeah, you can see that. I've got a question here from David. He said, "Do you still how do you cope with balance on board with your prosthetic leg?
My balance is pretty good, to be fair. I've always had good balance. I've been sailing skiffs and stuff way before. So, but I'm also, I watch what boats I sail. Sailing the Merlin's pretty hard work now. Hiking on one leg's not good. Getting too old for that. But I'm also racing a big 40-foot trimaran, which is nice and wide. So if I do fall over, I just fall in the net. So it's you've got to keep yourself safe, but you're definitely probably a little bit more aware of where you're putting yourself and keeping yourself out of danger. That's for sure.
And that's the picture in your background. That's Morpheus, the 40-foot trimaran you did the fast net on.
Yeah. No, it's going around again as well. We're just queuing it up to do this year as well. So yeah, it's a great boat. It's just getting quicker and quicker as we push it harder and harder. I think we're going through that stage of actually now we've got to start getting too confident, so we've got to just back off a little bit, otherwise we will break it.
And you got some Barton gear on board, I hear.
Yeah, we did. We developed. We got a main sheet track system which we developed. It's been slightly modified because the loads are pretty high. It's 3-ton main sheet loads on the main sheet. So we've got 3 cars with high load balls, but it's also on a curved track as well. So we had to shorten them a little bit so it'll get around the curve. But it's working really well. We haven't broke it yet. It's had some severe miles. It's done about 4,000 or 5,000 miles now. Yeah. So it's it's working well.
Yeah. And you use our high load eyes on board as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. They're great because obviously they don't break, and in conjunction with block systems and everything else as well. But yeah, I mean they're a great bit of kit because they don't wear, they don't break, and there's no maintenance. So they are good used within the right environment.
Yeah, you see them a lot on around the world boats, the Vendée Globe boats, kitted out with high load eyes for that very reason.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they are great being used in the right format. The point where you're using the high load and then you can put your purchases in behind it to take it away, because obviously they're getting halved as you go down through the purchases. So, but on the first point where the maximum load is, it's a great place to put it.
I've got a question here from Edward. He said, "What's your favourite Barton product?"
My favourite? Well, I'm loving the hard eyes. I'm loving our Barton Traveller system because it's working well on the boat. So I'm loving that.
Anything that doesn't break. Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, Barton is great for that. It is a good, solid product. It's reliable and it doesn't break. It doesn't break. That's for sure. We haven't, touch wood, haven't broken any of we've broken plenty of gear, but we haven't broken anything Barton yet.
Yeah, that's a supreme test, isn't it, on that boat? Wow. Any more questions from the floor? I understand it takes a couple of seconds for them to come through. No, we're okay. I think we're done. Dave, I'd like to thank you very much and wish you a good season, and see you back on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. See you Monday morning, mate. Yeah, we'll do it. Take care. Cheers, everyone. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye now.